Make sure to check out our sponsor, Cell Phone Buyers Recyclers. They want to buy your cell phone old, broken, or you're just trying to get rid of it. You can contact them right at the number on the screen, text or call. Also, their social media and website is in the description if that's more convenient. If you share their social media accounts on social media, get a chance to win an iPhone. Go check them out. All right, man. A lot of people saying they want justice in the NFL with Kaepernick getting the job. But I'm going to tell you what they need to do in the NFL, to get right. Let's talk about it. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. Obviously, it's a touchy feeling should Kaepernick want a job in the NFL and how they did him. All right. I kind of equate that to basically your girl cheat on you or she do you wrong, or your man cheat on you and he do you wrong. Are you going to continue to run? Do you want to run back to them? Especially, I'm not just talking about cheating. I'm talking about just do you straight dirty, straight wrong, unforgivable. Do you want to go back and be in a relationship with them, especially if there's no kids involved? That's the question right there. So, is this relationship beyond repair? It sounds like Kaepernick does want to play in the league again. He sounds like he's ready to accept the apology and go back into the league. But you see times that people severance, you have messy severances between companies or between employee and company, and it's racial. A lot of times that employee doesn't go back and work for that company after you get the bag. But it's sometimes where the job is so good they go back to that company. And they don't have no issues. I have somebody I know who had an issue with a prominent company here in Detroit. I just keep company, very lucrative. And, basically, he sued them for racial discrimination. And, he still worked there 20 years later. You know what I'm saying? So if it's right, it's right. And the NFL is going to be on eggshells on treating Kaepernick a certain type of way. He going to have to get a fair opportunity. He gonna get treated fairly, or the protests and and people, all them hypocrites, gonna be all out. If they truly want to make a difference with their Black Lives Matter and they really want to be the representation of change, then they got to do right by Kaepernick. But at the same time, one thing that I think should happen is an apology. And Roger Goodell could have gave Colin Kaepernick an apology right when he did that little 30-second or minute drop he did about how they was wrong. Oh, we were wrong. No, was it hard for you to say, hey, Kaepernick, to Colin Kaepernick, we were wrong for not supporting kneeling. We knew, see what you're talking about now. We ignored it. We was insensitive, and we would love to work with you, now to fix this, this issue. And if you talk to him, if you don't want to play football no more, let's get you a big money job in the NFL, where we can change. You know what I'm saying? But change is just not going to come from signing Kaepernick. But a part of that, signing Kaepernick, more important for Kaepernick, and more important for the healing process of the NFL and the healing process of the players and to bring the fans back, Roger Goodell should issue him an apology. Straight up and down. That means more than money to him. An apology to him. And he could have did that in that 30 or 40-second video he did, and he was getting ripped apart. If he would have did that, people would have been like, you know what? I think the NFL is starting to be secure. Because well, most men can't admit when they're wrong. I never had a problem with it. Maybe because I grew up with a black mom. But most men can't admit that they're wrong. And if Goodell, a dude that make $100 million a year or something like that, $50 million a year, if he can admit that he wrong about Kaepernick and say, you know what, we want to bring you into the fold. We want to have a proper conversation. I want to sit down with you in the stay-at-home order and let's chop it up and have dinner and see where we can fix this at. I think a lot of people would have respected Roger Goodell. A lot of black people would have said that was sincere. They wouldn't have called bull crap on his apology. And when he didn't apologize to him, I said, I don't accept that apology. That apology holds no weight. So they need to give Colin Kaepernick an apology, sit down and talk to him, and then they can go forward to talking about getting him a job in the NFL. Straight up and down, in that order. But is that going to fix the problem? No, the problem is deeper than Colin Kaepernick having a job. The problem is there's no black owners. And when there's no black owners, they're not going to hire black people. All your owners are old. And when they pass away and their kids take over, they learned the old systematic racial oppression ways from their parents. And when they pass it down to their kids, they learn the same system from them. So you're not breaking the chain. Racism is something that you learn. You know what I'm saying? Until they allow more majority owners in the NFL, if you want to add a couple more teams, if you want to add a few more teams, and that's going to be difficult because it's all even. You would have to add a conference to the, you have to add a team to each one. NFC North, AFC North, AFC East, NFC East. You would have to add a team to each one of those. You would have to add a team. So that's what? North, South, East, West. That's 8 teams you would have to add. Now, is there some teams that's willing to sell? Probably not. They get a $250 million check before each season, if not more, from TV money before a ball is snapped. And this is a side gig for a lot of these companies, for a lot of these owners. This ain't even their main source of income. So at the end of the day, you can't force these owners to sell their teams unless they do something to break the rules. And you really can't add 8 teams to the NFL. So how you gonna? That's something they have to fix. It's one minority owner out of 30-something teams, 32 teams, I believe. It's one minority owner, and that's Shad Khan from the Jacksonville Jaguars. When Cleveland sold, they should have been trying to get them a black team in there, a black owner in there. But the NBA got the same issue. Michael Jordan is the only one that can own the ball club. You know why? Because Jordan played the game the right way. Jordan didn't speak up on black people's behalf. He wasn't an activist. He wasn't a hero. He wasn't Muhammad Ali. And that's the difference. You know what I'm saying? And that's the difference. So, like I said before, if they really want to change the NFL, it starts with an apology to Kaepernick, working with Kaepernick to see what they can do next for him. But also, it's going to have to be the diversity in ownership. Until diversity in ownership, because you can't change the way they think. Until you have diversity in ownership, it's not going to happen. They're not going to hire black. They're not going to stop paying the white quarterback and start paying the running backs and the black quarterbacks. This is not going to happen. It's just a system. It is a system. And a lot of people don't like that system. I don't like the system. Derrick Henry do all the work and Ryan Tannehill get the pay and he get the franchise tag. Dalvin Cook do all the work and Kirk Cousins get another extension. We know he don't deserve that. Without Dalvin Cook, he wasn't shit. You know what I'm saying? Dak Prescott waiting on his money. He took a pay cut, a significant pay cut for his play for 4 years or 3 years, whatever it's been. And he's still waiting on his money. Jared Goff get his money. Carson Wentz get his money. You know what I'm saying? It's a big racial thing in the NFL. But they're not going to be able to change the train of thought unless they put diversity in there. And that's the NBA too. One black owner. Both the NBA and the NFL got one minority owner. I'm pretty sure ain't no black owners in the NHL, ain't no black owners in Major League Baseball. So throughout the 4 major leagues in sports, and how many teams they all got, you got 2 minority owners. Tell me the problem, man. You got Michael Jordan and you got Shad Khan in the NFL. And they got 2 of the sorriest teams in their respective leagues. Let that sink in for a minute. Therefore, NFL is probably 80-90% black. The NBA is probably 95% black now. And you can't own the ball club. Even if they, all these people want to put their money together on the ball club, they won't allow it. That's why I say entrepreneurship is better than being a professional athlete. Because when you're a professional athlete, they tell you when to hit the showers, when to show up, when to punch in, what to do. You have a boss. An entrepreneur that's probably raking in shit, 50, 60,000 on his own time. You know what I'm saying? That's a beautiful thing. He don't tell, it's all hustle, no luck. Ain't nobody telling him what to do and how to do it. Especially if you're raking in $100,000 and $1 million a year, you living a life. I'd rather be an entrepreneur and getting, $100,000 a year, $1 million a year. You feel me? I'd rather be that guy. You know what I'm saying? Than, working for somebody else in this day and age. And some people may differ. Some people may have a different mindset. Some people may say, well, I'll take that $100 million, I'll take this $200 million. But the difference is, an entrepreneur going to always flip that money. You always going to make that money. That ball player don't have a boss mindset. All you're going to do is lose that money. It's only so many Jamal Mashburns, LeBron James throughout professional sports. But, hey, it is what it is. Let me know what you guys think. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out if you got business question, inquiry, response, video request. Twitter is the fastest way. Then IG, then Facebook to reach out to me. Want to make a donation to the channel. Best way to donate is share the video. But Cash App, PayPal, description. One time for the one time. Goodfellas Sports TV. We gone.